The WBC have officially ordered Oleksandr Usyk to defend his title against the mandatory challenger Agit Kabayel. Usyk has 30 days to respond, or he could either vacate or get stripped. Straight up. That is it, man. That's his options. You defend the title against Agit Kabayel, you vacate, or you get stripped. We're in that territory right now for Oleksandr Usyk. And I'm going to say this, yeah? I want to keep it real. You know me, it's Enzo, the realest in the game. I don't mince my words. I keep it 1,000 all the time with you, my people, yeah? Usyk, yeah, as great as he is, and I'm a great admirer of Oleksandr Usyk and his skills, but we can't give him a pass. There's a lot of Usyk fanboys out there that love to give him a pass. They talk about, oh yeah, he's 39. Yeah, Usyk has achieved everything. He doesn't need to defend nothing. Yeah, Usyk just wants to make money. Nah, bruv. F all that, man. I lie with the excuses, man. Miss me with that shit. I'm just keeping it real. Oleksandr Usyk, as long as he still holds the belt, as long as he's still active, he has a duty to defend those titles, man. He has a duty to defend them. We cannot give Oleksandr Usyk a pass just because of what he's achieved in boxing. I'm sorry. That's not how shit works. I know a lot of Oleksandr Usyk fanboys out there like to think that, oh, Usyk can just do whatever the hell he wants to do. Nah, man, that's not how shit works, man. He has to defend the title against his mandatories or vacate. You know, I have no problem at all with Oleksandr Usyk having exhibition fights or going to fight against Rico Van Hooven in a rematch and make his millions. That's cool. Go ahead and do that, but vacate the titles, brother. Vacate the titles, man. You know what I mean? No more excuses. And bruv, this goes out to anybody. Like it goes out to anybody. I'm not just saying this because it's Oleksandr Usyk, but this goes out to everybody, every champion out there. I'm keeping it real. I swear down. Every champion out there in every level of boxing, I don't care, man. You have to defend your titles, bro. There's no excuses, man. Like Kabayel, he's done everything in his powers to put himself in a position to fight for a title. He deserves it. He's earned the right. I'm all about meritocracy, my people. I'm all about meritocracy, man. You can't hold up the division. You just can't do that, man. And it's going to tell us a lot about Oleksandr Usyk in terms of like where his mindset is, in terms of his motivation and his hunger for boxing in the next 30 days. If Usyk was to vacate the title or not do nothing at all, yeah, and let the WBC strip him and choose not to defend against Agit Kabayel, I want to keep it real. We cannot put Oleksandr Usyk in the conversation of the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time. We just can't do it because he hasn't got a deep enough resume in the heavyweight division. Let's keep it real. I want to put this question out there for you, my people. Let me know in the comments. Where would you rank Oleksandr Usyk in terms of the greatest heavyweights of all time if he ducks Agit Kabayel? Because that's exactly what it's going to be, right? If he doesn't defend against Agit Kabayel, it's a duck. He's ducking. Listen, we would say that about any other fighter if they didn't defend their titles. We would call them a duck. So why can't we say that about Oleksandr Usyk? Why? Because of what he's achieved in the past. Yes, we can respect what he's achieved in the past. We can admire his skills. But if he's a duck, it's a duck. Let's call it for what it is, man. There's a lot of dangers for Oleksandr Usyk by facing Agit Kabayel. There's a lot of dangers. We saw Oleksandr Usyk struggle against Rico Van Hooven, who's a kickboxer. Yeah, listen, he's not a conventional boxer, very unconventional. Came in there, done some weird shit. You know what I mean? Moved a little bit different. The patterns were different. We get it. And it caused Usyk all type of problems. But Usyk therefore declined as well physically. There was a physical decline in Usyk's game. You know what I mean? His feet wasn't as quick. Hands wasn't as fast. There was a decline. Like the accuracy, precision wasn't there. Decision making definitely wasn't there for Usyk when he fought against Rico Van Hooven. So there has been a decline. And I understand From Usyk's point of view, where he's sitting right now, he's looking at Kabayel. Damn, this guy's younger, he's fast, goes to the body, relentless. He brings the pressure. He's been knocking all these guys out. This is a big risk for me. I maybe don't want to take that risk. Like, I'm not motivated to fight this guy. We get it. Like, I can understand where he's coming from. But as a champion, I will say you got to defend it, man. You got to defend it. Like, Usyk has got 3 names in the heavyweight division. 3 names. I'm going to say 3 names. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, and Daniel Dubois, man. I ain't even counting Del Boy, man, because Del Boy was like a stepping stone. Even though Del Boy gave him a tough fight, but Del Boy is not one of the biggest names in the heavyweight division, like champions. Del Boy's never been a champion. Joshua, Fury, Dubois, these are all 3 champions in the heavyweight division. Those are the names that Oleksandr Usyk has on his resume. Rico van Hooven gave him a tough fight, but again, his second boxing match. We can't really count that. So Usyk's resume in the heavyweight division is not that deep. It's not deep enough if you compare it to the likes of Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Holyfield, Tyson, you know, Joe Frazier, George Foreman, all these other greats that came in that came in the past, that came before him. We can't compare him. Let's keep it real. Yes, overall, the resume of Usyk in boxing, if you count the cruiserweight division, what he's achieved overall, yes, it supersedes a lot of the greats of the past, definitely. But we're talking about heavyweight. We're talking about the heavyweight division. We cannot count Oleksandr Usyk amongst the top 10 greatest heavyweights of all time if he ducks Agit Kabayel. Like, am I tripping? Am I wrong here? Let me know in the comments, man. Am I being too harsh on Oleksandr Usyk here? I feel like he needs a deeper resume. I'm just keeping it real. And I've got tremendous admiration and respect for Oleksandr Usyk. Trust me, I'm not trying to like disrespect Oleksandr Usyk. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not a fanboy. I'm a realist. I'm a realist, man. I just keep it real, like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like Turki Al-Sheikh might be the key to unlocking this whole situation, man. Like, if Turki Al-Sheikh really puts up the bread for this fight, you know, Usyk might have no choice but to fight Agit Kabayel, because I think Usyk is going to use the financial play. He's going to be like, oh, yeah, but, you know, Agit Kabayel, it doesn't make enough, you know, it doesn't make me enough money. A Rico van Hooven fight is worth more, so I'm going to fight Rico van Hooven. Like, if Turki Al-Sheikh offers the bread, which it sounds like he's talking like, yo, this fight might be in Istanbul, and we know that Agit Kabayel has roots in Turkey. So this fight is going to take place in Istanbul and Turki Al-Sheikh can put up the money. Then we're talking. We are talking. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that might just force the hand of Usyk to take this fight. Because the only way the Rico van Hooven fight against Oleksandr Usyk gets made is if Turki Al-Sheikh puts the bread up for it. You know? So I really hope, yeah, that Oleksandr Usyk, because I admire his skill set so much, because I have so much respect for him, yeah, and because I want him to finish strong. Like, I want his legacy to be solidified. I want his legacy in the heavyweight division. I'm not talking boxing overall. I'm talking about in the heavyweight division. I want it to be cemented. I don't want no questions, you know, after when he retires, people question him and say, oh, but he didn't fight Atoma. Oh, he didn't fight Kabayel. Oh, he didn't fight Sanchez. Oh, he didn't. Nah, bro. Like, leave no stones unturned, man. Like, have this fight against Kabayel. Like, have a fight with one of these new guys on the block that are making noise. You know what I mean? Take on these new challenges. Yes, I know Usyk is a bit older now. He's 39. He's getting on of it. There is a decline in his game, clearly. But show us how great you are, man. Go in there and smoke Kabayel. Like, if the fight was to be made tomorrow, I'm going to keep it real. Despite how bad Oleksandr Usyk looked against Rico van Hooven, despite the decline that I clearly saw, I'm still going to back Oleksandr Usyk, man, to win against Agit Kabayel, because I know Kabayel is a conventional fighter. He's got all the basic boxing fundamentals, so he's not going to bring something new that Oleksandr Usyk has never seen, like the way Rico van Hooven did. It's going to be the same old traditional fight. You know what I mean? So Usyk can still utilize a lot of his skills and his movements in that ring to be able to overcome Kabayel, of course. You know what I mean? So I will back Oleksandr Usyk because I'll still base, my prediction on his fights before Rico van Hooven, because Rico van Hooven was like it was just strange, man. You know what I mean? It was just weird. Something was just off with Usyk that night. It's just because Rico is an unconventional fighter. You know what I mean? He's coming from kickboxing. His whole stylistically, it was just a bad matchup for Usyk, and he was caught cold. He was just caught out. You know what I mean? Maybe he wasn't that motivated. Maybe he didn't take Rico van Hooven too seriously. You know what I mean? Took his foot off the gas or whatever, took his eye off the ball and kind of underestimated Rico van Hooven, and then go a rude awakening once the both guys got in the ring. But against Agit Kabayel, there's not going to be none of that. He's got a lot of tapes to study Agit Kabayel. He knows how Agit Kabayel moves. He knows the patterns. He knows Kabayel's going to come forward, pressure, and go to the body. That's going to be Kabayel's game plan. Like, it's not a secret. We all know it. You know what I mean? If you know anything about boxing, you know Kabayel ain't going to change shit if he fights against Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I mean? I'll still predict Usyk to win that fight. Even after everything I said. So he has to take that fight. Take the fight. Don't duck. Because if you don't take the fight, I can't even defend Oleksandr Usyk. He's a duck, man. We're going to say it like he is, mate. He ducked Agit Kabayel if he does not take this fight. If you agree with me, my people, let me know in the comments, man. Let me know, please, because I believe this is the fight to make next. I don't want to hear about finances because we already know, even Agit Kabayel himself said, this fight can be made in Germany. It will be big in Germany. There's a big Ukrainian community in Germany. There's a big Kurdish community in Germany. We saw the Klitschko brothers. They fought in Germany for like 15 years, and they filled up arenas, they filled up stadiums. There is absolutely no excuse. They'll sell out the Allianz Arena, the Bayern Munich Football Club Arena. They'll sell that out. Dusseldorf, they'll sell that out. Pay-per-view numbers will be crazy. It's a big fight. It will attract the casuals also. Turkey Al Sheikh, Riyadh Season, Ring Magazine, they'll pull up the bread. That fight is a big seller. I don't want to hear no excuse about finance. Usyk will make the money. That's without a shadow of a doubt. But if he decides to use the finance angle or to say, oh yeah, I've achieved everything, mate, you've ducked. I'm just keeping it real. You've ducked, mate. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people, man. What do you think? The WBC have ordered Oleksandr Usyk to defend his title against Agit Kabayel, who is the mandatory challenger. Now, if Usyk declines and he opts to vacate or get stripped by the WBC, will you call that a duck? Will that be a duck? And also, where will your estimations for Oleksandr Usyk go? Like, where would you rank him in the greatest heavyweight of all time list? For me, he's gonna be out of there, man, because his resume will just not be deep enough, and also he'll be a duck. He's not taking on the next upcoming challenges. I just have to keep it real. But I'm gonna leave it there, my people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.